everyone. It's 10:15. I'm a little late. Well, that was interesting. I had technical difficulties on my new stream service that I'm starting to use. As you all know, because you were trying to talk to me and listen to me and you couldn't hear me. Hopefully you can hear me on the new one. And we will just see. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see here. I'm going to just go over here. Can you guys see me? Phew! Oh, thanks, Leanne, for tuning in and helping me out. So, long story short, the new stream service did not work. As you know, it's all messed up. Well, actually, it wasn't its fault. I think I was streaming okay, but I forgot to add my Facebook page, and then it got all messed up, and then whatever. Then I thought, okay, I'll just go back to my regular one because I still have my old one for a few more weeks. And it would not work either. It wouldn't even connect, and as you could see. So maybe the problem isn't me. Maybe it isn't the streaming service. Maybe it's my Wi-Fi or something. Anyway, I hope you all find me. Oh, I'm so glad, you guys. Thanks, Leanne. Thanks, Diane. I don't know if everybody else just gave up and left. They might have. So, Leanne, you're over on YouTube. Thanks. And Diane, you're on Facebook. So I cannot link to my Facebook group. So if you're trying to watch me over there, you wouldn't even know that I'm not there, but I'm not. Okay. We're good, I think. And I can see you guys. I can see your comments. So I'm just going to leave it as is there. And hopefully everybody else who was... Hi, Marilyn. Good morning. Hopefully everybody else who joined 15 minutes ago comes back. Not they can watch the replay, right? Anyway, good morning. Good morning. I'm Alison Sullivan. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in New Westminster, British Columbia, on the west coast of Canada. So welcome, friends, to my regular Sunday 10 a.m. normally Pacific time broadcast. Okay, so today, let's see what we're going to do today. We're going to work with the Wintry Treetops, which is a bundle that's part of the Nests of Winter Sweet collection. Good morning, Bobby. I haven't seen you in a while here. Welcome back. So I'm going to be playing with this, and I know I've been playing with it a lot, but it really is beautiful, and it's not just Christmas themed. You can make winter birthday cards or even spring cards with it, really. Just maybe change up a few of the things with the birds, everything. It works for spring too. So I'm also showing it because I have a class coming up on December the 7th, and normally we would ship out the kits, which come in these beautiful gold envelopes. They're all ready to go. I have extra kits. I can't mail them until after the Canada Post strike, so I thought, well, I might as well take registrations because we're still going to get together next Saturday morning. Good morning, Keisha. Thank you for coming back. And still going to be mailing them out after the strike, but we can all join together and craft on Saturday. That'd be fun, right? So please consider joining, even though you won't get your kit in time, but then nobody's getting their kit on time, unfortunately. All right, so let's go over here, and I'm surprisingly unrattled considering what happened this morning with trying to get you all online. See, everything works out. You just have to not freak out. I used to freak out years ago when I first started streaming, but now I'm like, let's see what's wrong. I'll try again. So like I said, the Wintry Treetops bundle, so pretty, is part of the suite, the Nests of Winter Sweet, and it also comes with the birchwood embossing folder. Hopefully you can see that. There we go. So nice. It also includes, well, let me show you what comes in the class, okay? So here is somebody's kit that I've all got ready for them to go. So in their kit, they're going to get a full pack of the Natural Tones linen thread. I mean, that's a lot. Different colors, lots there. Full pack of Earth Tones Shimmer Gems. They're all ready to go, you guys. I just need to be able to mail them. And then this is how, ooh, I kind of opened this up, but this is kind of how I package the designer series paper, because everyone gets half a pack of paper and it's just cut 6 by 12. Okay. And then I put cardboard on either side to protect it. And then inside this little pouch are the cards. Okay. And what we do is I number them 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 designs, but there's 2 of each. So when you get your kit, you open it up and then you get 2 of each card. Okay. And then we include everything that you're going to need, except of course you are going to need the bundle to stamp. But if there's any kind of embossing, we do that, or die cutting or punching, we include all the product that you're going to need. And then all you need is your kit, because you're going to cut your own designer series paper. Let me see here what's, so for instance here, this card is going to use this label. So we've cut that for you. Okay. So you're going to get all of this and a PDF, which is going to show you everything. Go. If you don't live in Canada, you can join. There's a PDF version. I think it's $18 Canadian. And then you just join and you cut your own card kit, so to speak. Now, if you do live in Canada, you will get a bonus, because we feel so bad. Oops, I'm going to just, is this straight? There's a lot of monkeying around this morning. There we go. We felt so bad that we're actually going to send you a 12 project. It's got 12 videos and 12 projects with measurements and supplies for projects using the Nests of Winter. So that's a $20 value. So we're sending that to our Canadian participants as a thank you for being patient for your kit. Okay. All right. So let's start. It doesn't look like my poor sisters found me again. Oh, well, they'll find me later. Okay. So what we're going to start with is a pool party. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Okay. And then I've got a piece of, now this is really interesting paper. This is called two-tone. It's two-tone paper. And I'm not sure if you can see this. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. You can't really get the beauty of the fact that this is actually pool party. Can you see that? It's much more similar in color when you see it in person. Okay. Now, our regular cardstock is colored all the way through. So it's dyed all the way through. So if you were to rip this, it would be pool party all the way through. But this paper is really interesting. It comes in 12 by 12. Hi, Pam. Nice to see you. Comes in 12 by 12. And it's two-toned. So one side is closer to the real pool party, and the other one is the lighter version of it. So that's kind of cool. Also, it's a piece of white, 12 by 12, and it's been printed with the color. So it's not really dyed, it's printed. The colors are printed. So that means, oh gosh, can you see that? That the inside is white. Oh, I'm so glad, Joanne. Thanks for coming back. Boy, that was a technical nightmare this morning, wasn't it? Oh, well, life goes on. Crafting makes us forget all the techno problems. It's white core, which means that if I rip this, I'm going to be able to see that it's white inside. Okay, does that make sense? Hopefully. So what I want to do with this piece is I want to emboss it, and I'm going to use the Birchwood 3D embossing folder. Okay, and I want to use the side that's very similar in color to actual pool party. It's pretty close. I wouldn't say it's exact. It coordinates. Okay, but it's pretty matchy. Like, you really wouldn't notice. Sorry, I'm just going to have to run this through my regular size Stampin' Cut and Emboss, which is just sort of beside me here. So I'm going to do that. And then I'll bring it in. Okay, so, whoop. So now we've got a nice piece of embossed. It looks like birch. Is that nice? Okay. Then what I want to do is I want to rough this up. Now there's a couple of things you could do. You could take a white craft pad and just run it across here. But because this is white core, I want to use it in a different way. And I've shown you this before. You're going to take a piece of sandpaper. You want a really fine sandpaper. Now this is something that Stampin' Up! Used to sell. It's called a Stampin' Block. It was awesome. Maybe we'll bring them back. That would be nice. I'm just going to run it down. And as I do that, the part that is raised up is going to reveal the white core. I think I need a new piece of what do you call it? Sandpaper. And I cleaned up my room the other day. I was so proud of myself. I sent Leanne a picture. Wasn't it pretty, Leanne? My room was pretty, right? Yeah, it was really pretty. And I think I need to change luckily I kept all these old ones. So let's see if I can get it to work. They need to bring this back. You need to lobby them, right? Especially when they've got white core paper. Because remember years ago we had white core paper, but not like this. I like this one better because it's you get the two tones. So this just comes off, and then this just goes on. Ooh, well, I hope if I put it the right way. I think it's like that. And there was little pieces that fit that too. So hi Connie, how are you? Nice to see you today. Thanks for joining. Hope all of my American friends had a lovely Thanksgiving weekend. Are you over your turkey comas? Okay. So there we go. So we're just using, and now if you don't, obviously you probably don't have one of these. Just a very fine sandpaper would be great. It was beautiful and clean. It's not beautifully clean now, Leanne. All right. So what I want to do now, you guys, is I want to glue this down. Oh, should I tell you the size? That would help, right? This is 5.5 by 3 3/4. Okay. So it's just a bit smaller than the front here. So I'm going to use my white glue because, as you guys know, I'm a white glue girl, which is not, you wouldn't believe how many glue sticks I have here. It's just, oh my gosh. It's like, what the heck? Okay, get that. Oh, there we go. Yay. I like white glue because it doesn't rip my paper. I'm just not good with Stampin' Seal. Plus, I can get it in all the little ridges, which I like. So all the little openings there. Everybody has their thing, right? Oh, I put that down a little too quick. So there we go. Now, I've got a new pair of pants on, and I am not going to rub the glue on them like I did on my old pair. To buy something to get that look one of these days. Yeah. Okay, so this paper, you guys, you can find it online. It was part of the scrapbooking line that was released. Kind of an exclusive. It's not exclusive. It's on the online. So have a look. There's different colors. And eventually we're going to have all 50 colors. So I think 50 colors are, yeah, is it 50? I think so. It used to be 48, but I think it's 50. Can you see that it's just a bit smaller? Somebody who's a demonstrator remind me, we're getting 48 colors or is it 50? All right, next I got a piece of the fabulous Designer Series paper. So I love this one because it looks like snow. So now I'm kind of going with that pool party theme here. So let's glue that down. So this would be the Nessa Winter 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. And what is this cut to, you may ask, and I will tell you. So also 5.5. But what did I cut that size to? Let's have a look. 2 inches. Okay. You know, here's a trick. If you want to really get something pressed, I go like this. I just turn it inside out and give it a nice press. And that way it all glues down and all the little edges go down. You could turn it over if you have a clean workspace, but I don't always have a clean workspace. Okay. So that's kind of our basics. Let's stamp a sentiment. Now this time I'm going to use A Friend Like You Brings Me Happiness, and I'm going to stamp it in Cherry Cobbler because I like Pool Party and Cherry Cobbler. And this little strip is, again, we got 5.5, and this time it's 3/4. Now, normally you might think, oh, I'm going to stamp over here, but for this card, I'm going to stamp over here. I'm going to have to bring it closer to me, you guys, so I can hopefully stamp it straight. Yep, there we go. All right. So there we go. Okay. Now I'm going to just glue this down because I can already do that. She says with such confidence, like I'm not going to mess up. Okay, I'm not. See, I've already had my challenge this morning, and it wasn't craft related. Okay, so now we're going to glue this down. So you can see we're building up these nice layers with just paper. Okay, there we go. Is that nice? So we've got our card base. We've got a slightly smaller Pool Party, the two-tone white core. Then we've got our Nest of Winter DSP, and now we've stuck our sentiment on. Okay, what's next? Next, I want to do a few images. So I'm going to do this spray here, and then a few of these little guys. Okay, so Memento ink. Let's ink that up. I'm going to be using Stampin' Blends, so I want to make sure that I've got a ink pad that I can. I'm going to make sure that is too thick to go through there. So I'm going to have to trim this down. I want to use my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss because these have coordinating dies. So if I don't have to fussy cut, it's a good day. Okay, let's do hi you. Oh, one of my BFFs is on here. Hi, Alison. Oh, you'd laugh, Alison. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad you found me because honestly, I am switching streaming services. My beautiful friend, Alison Okamitsu, does not use streaming. And I'm beginning to think well, I knew she's smarter than me, but she's really smarter than me. Oh my gosh, Alison, what a nightmare this morning. I'm trying to switch to a new service. And oh, luckily my loyal friends came and found me after 15 minutes, but I lost a few along the way. Oh, well. Picked up a few extras, though. Like you. Nice to see you. How nice. Okay, I'm using, what am I using? Mossy Meadow, light Mossy Meadow. And I'm going with dark Cherry Cobbler for our little berries. Now, these images here, I guess it's supposed to be like, they remind me of Pussy Willows. I don't know. But I'm not going to make them Pussy Willows today. I'm going to show you. I'm making them whatever berry I feel like. I don't know what they would be, but I'm coloring them Cherry Cobbler too because I want to get that Cherry Cobbler color in to my card as much as I can. Now I am concentrating just to make sure that I don't totally go outside of the lines, but you know, it's okay. All right, there we go. So those are our first colors we're doing. Technology. Oh, Alison. All right, so now I want to color my stems in. This is just crumb cake. I'm just using a light crumb cake. Doesn't crumb cake and cherry cobbler look pretty together? Now, normally I'd go in and color all of these green. Not going to. Nope. Coloring them crumb cake. I really wanted to add a little bit of color, but I also wanted to just have a little bit of, I don't know, not, what's the word? Kind of vintage. That's the word I'm looking for. And I think crumb cake is the perfect vintage color. Okay, and I think I'll do these guys. Crumb cake and the little at the end. This is a symmetrical image, so you kind of can do both sides. I'm actually going to add green, a little more green. And I'm not blending, okay? So normally we would grab the dark and the light and we would blend. And these leaves lend themselves to that. Like you could do a blend, but you know what? In the scheme of this card, am I going to really see all that fancy blending? Likely not. So I'm not going to bother. Okay, I think we're good. All right, now the easy part, we're just going to cut this out. So let's grab our dies. And I've got my little spray here. Now I have to use repositionable tape to hold my pieces in place. If you're good about just putting them on and running them through, good for you. That's awesome. Proud of you. I cannot do that. They move. I hit it with my hand. Ugh. I'm also going to cut out a couple of these little dies just from the white. I think I can, where can I stick one of these on to just get one? Let me get the top. Oop. May have misjudged that, but I've got one already cut out, so I only need one. Come on, Alison, you can get one. Where can I stick it? I'll do it in a minute. All right, never mind. Moving on. Bringing in our little baby Stampin' Cut and Emboss, our mini. Run that through. Most of you have joined me before, so I'm going to just remind you that if you haven't, that I use plate number 3 on the bottom. And then jokingly, I call this the clear plate. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Plate number 2, not exactly clear. Then your project, then another plate number 2. Okay. And when I do that, I have absolutely no trouble running it through the machines. The one that Stampin' Up! Recommends, I think they want you to use the number 1, the white one. I find that if I try and use that though, it won't grab it. I don't know, might be me, but that was my solution that I figured out years ago, and that works for me. Okay, can I do that? Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna live on the edge. Live dangerously. Let's see if I can get one of those out of there. Okay. Alison, we were talking, you and I, about stuff, about how to hold your camera and stuff, and ideas. And after this morning, I'm thinking, honey, do you, because you're beautiful at doing you, and yours looks so great. I can't. Alison does where she can flip from her face to her hands effortlessly. I have no idea how she does it, other than she's a little brainiac. But I just can't do it. Okay, let's set those aside. Let's grab, this is one of the images from the designer series paper. Now, you can either use the image from the designer series paper or you can stamp it and color it with your blends. I am going to use this paper because I love it. Okay, so we're just going to line that up. Get our little tail there. Move that up a titch. Okay, we're good. Run this one through, and I think that's all the cutting we have to do. Well, you're good at it. Like I said, it's flawless. Oh my gosh, Alison, I'm onto my second streaming service this morning because I thought I got to get used to my new one because I have to switch. And I haven't had any problem with it. And boy, I had no sound. And then I forgot to include one of the destinations. And but my customers are so kind. They just went and had a coffee and came back, I guess. All right, so let's build this up. So As a reminder, we've got our pool party base. We've got our white core that we've used our sanding block on. We've got some designer series paper, and then we've got our sentiment, and that's all layered. So we've got a few little layers there. Now we're going to grab our little sprig here, and I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm just going to kind of put those like that, but I'm not going to glue it down yet because I have no idea where I'm putting it. Okay. I think I'm going to be putting it about here, but I'm not 100% sure. So let's just keep going. Now, my birds. I'm going to cut off some of these twigs. Okay, so let me remind myself what I did. I definitely took this off. So I'm just using my snips, cutting that off. And I think I cut these off, but I'm not 100% sure, because here's what I want to do. I want to sit this bird here. And yeah, that's what I want to do. So can you see I've tucked the little bird underneath, and I want this one to kind of come out. Okay, now the question is, do I leave this on? And I think I decided that I wanted to see more of the little sprig there. So again, I'm just using my snips. You know what? You can keep these because you can use these on another card or even on this one technically. Okay, so I think that's how I like that. Okay, so he's going to be tucked under like this, but not face first. Okay, and then what I want to do is I want to then take a dimensional, because I'm going to be, he has to be the same height as the sprigs. Okay, and then I can grab another one and do it here. And then this should be glued down to here. And I can do that in a second. I think I can actually just add it now. Let's live dangerously. We're having such a great morning of living dangerously. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let me redeem myself by being able to use dimensionals and glue at the same time. All right, we're going to remove all of that. Are you snowed in there, Alison? Alison's in Calgary. That snow looked bad. How about like that? So we just want our little birds to float above there. I think that looks good. And then I can actually start tucking these under. So let's add some glue to our little sprigs that we cut. Remember, we cut these, stamped, colored, and cut. And I'm going to just, yeah, I think that's good. Just kind of bringing it into where the words are. Then I've also got these little foliage that sometimes we think, oh gosh, should I have to be green? And they would have been nice green, but I really wanted to keep it kind of a fresh coloring here. So let's do that. That draws our eye out a bit over there. And then let's add another sprig here. And I don't want it coming out of his head. That would be weird. So just kind of play around till you see where you might want it. I think that's good. Okay, and not sure I need this one, but maybe I do. Let me see. You don't want it too busy, and you don't want it. Yeah, I think that's enough. Sometimes less is more. Stop when you're ahead. You had a ton of snow, but you're nothing. Oh, good. So is it kind of settling then? It's always so pretty, you know, when it for the first snowstorm. I always think that people are like, oh, snow. And then by April it is no more snow. Right? Okay. Now we could add some embellishments to this because we've got ones that are neutral color here. So let's do that. So we're just kind of adding a little bit of bling, but we're not adding another color, which is, I didn't want to add another color. I wanted to keep it kind of, okay. So there is our card. Okay, and then here's the one that I did preparing for today's. So very similar, right? And then I'd like to show you guys some other cards. So let's show you those. Oh, thank you, Alison. Coming from Alison, who is an artisan, Stampin' Up! Artisan. When she says she likes something, I'll take it like it's thank you. You're so sweet. Okay, so that was today's. Here's one I did the other day. It's simple. What a simple little design. In fact, I think I used the layout from page 22 of the annual catalog. Same with this one. This is the same. I used that layout and just decided what I wanted to put on there. This one was a case from the catalog, or a takeoff of the one in the catalog. Okay. And then this one was we had a day with Stampin' Up! And they did a card, but it was a totally different color scheme. And I didn't love it as much. So I just changed the color scheme. Okay. So those are some of the ones. Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you, Connie. I appreciate it too when you guys tell me they're nice. You're all very kind. Oh yeah, remember this one? Okay. Boop. Boop. This one's fun. So go back and watch my video if you want to recreate that one. And because my friend, as you guys know, we're doing the class, right? So we've been making cards like mad. Here's another one. I like this one. So this is using the what's it? Christmas labels bundle for the words, and then we just used some of the designer series paper, and we kind of added other things because you can always add other things. So remember, we had a vote. Do we like the white on the red, or the red on the white? And we couldn't decide. So this is what I do. I just do this. I don't even make two cards. I just do this. All right. Well, my friends, thank you for your patience this morning when we're trying to get all of this organized. I appreciate all of you. I vote red. It does really pop. I know we were kind of 50-50, but the red does kind of like, I'm here. Yeah, it doesn't kind of blend in. All right, you guys, thanks for coming today. Thanks for being so patient. I will see some of you back here on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific. No, 2 p.m. Pacific time. And until then, happy stamping. I hope you get some stamping time in. Bye for now.